I used to reuse the same password everywhere, be it for banking, email, or Formula One fantasy team. While this was convenient to me, it was for the hackers too, because they didn't have to find out different combinations to decode a password. All they required was a simple password from my side that would help them get into everything. Now that they're stealing my identity, I hope they go on to fix my terrible F1 lineup. So, a password manager fixes this. It generates a strong unique random password for every account and stores them all safely. Using the manager, you can generate a password as per different lengths, character set, and any additional rules. Not only are they hard to crack, but also don't require you to memorize them. All you have to do is remember a master password, something unique that should be unrelated to any of your other passwords. That's your key to the vault, giving you instant access to all your credentials you have made. Now, there's another benefit of using a password manager. Let's say you are using the login details generated from here on a website. That website, if it's part of a data breach, then the damage is just limited to one account, whereas all your other accounts will be having different passwords. That means they're all safe. Once you've decided on a password manager, the rest of the tips become much easier to manage. So let's move on to tip 2. Now that you have a basic protection in place, you should know that this isn't a bulletproof solution. That's because the master password that you created for your password manager, if it gets lost or falls into the wrong hands, could prove costly to you, as it would expose every single credential that is stored in your vault. Therefore, I recommend that you start using 2FA or two-factor authentication that would act as a second layer of protection. There are two things required here. First is your password, and second, a verification. This verification could be a code, also called as one-time password, or OTPs that are available from an authenticator app like Google Authenticator or Microsoft Authenticator, then a SMS or WhatsApp code, or a hardware security key like YubiKey. After setting this up, if a hacker tries to log in one of your accounts, they won't be able to do until they enter the OTP that you receive on your device or use your security key. Depending on the platform, most of these OTPs usually expire within 30 seconds to 10 minutes. If they try to use an old code, it's already useless and hackers simply can't bypass it. This is a basic setup that you should be having for all your accounts. However, there's a better technology that I'm about to show you that will remove the passwords equation entirely. Passkeys are a newer and stronger tech compared to the previous two tips that I shared with you. What are passkeys? Well, instead of using a password every time to log in, you unlock your account with your face, your fingerprint, or a numeric key, the same way you use to unlock your mobile, tablet, or computer. Here, your device creates a unique digital key where one half stays on your device and the other is with the website. When you log in using this, your device proves that it's you who's using your fingerprint or your face. Since there is no password being typed or stored over here, there is no password to be stolen as well. Google, Apple, X, and others have rolled out this security feature, and more are joining daily. If you see this option in your security settings, do spare a few minutes to set this up. Also, some password managers have started to store passkeys, so that's a good way to use both things. Even with the strongest login method, you should still know who has access to your account, so this next tip should come in handy. Did you know most people never check their sign-in history? You see, your old phone, your old computer, which you must have used to log in one of your accounts at some point of time. And if you're not using them right now, they can become old session. These old sessions are active sessions and can become a potential security risk. Nearly every platform keeps a history of your sign-in history. So what you can do is go into your account settings and search for sessions or connected devices section. Go through the list, recognize the devices and apps you actually use, and sign out from everything else that you don't need anymore. If by mistake you close a session, you can always start fresh by logging in again. So don't wait for an alert, make it a habit to check this section regularly. Also, if you see devices or locations that are not recognized by you, then you should immediately sign out from them, as you never know who could be keeping an eye on all your activities. Your real email address shouldn't be used everywhere, be it for creating a new account on a website or an app. Every account that you link to your real email address is one more place for it to get leaked or get sold or end up in a data breach. I recommend that you start using email alias, as that masks your email address and it still forwards the mails to your real inbox. Here's how I do it. I have this Gmail account and don't want to expose the real ID on a website that I'm creating an account on. The simple trick is to add a plus symbol just before @ symbol and type in a name or some letters or numbers that will give me a hint that this email ID belongs to so and so website. Apple takes this further with Hide My Email feature. It generates a completely unique email address and keeps your real one hidden. The only condition here is that it's a paid feature that is available with iCloud Plus. If one of these aliases gets spammed or ends up in a data breach, you will easily be able to identify which website did this. It's like giving every website a nickname, except when they betray you, you actually find out who did it. Now that you know about the 5 tips, did you know there's this interesting security feature that most people still miss out on? So here is a bonus tip for you. Let's say you have implemented most of the tips shown here. However, your account is still inaccessible for some reason or ends up in a data breach. Well, in that case, there is only one thing that can help you: backup codes. When you set up 2FA, most platforms give you a set of backup codes that are of one-time use. This is done if you can't access your authenticator app or device. Just use one of the codes from the list to get back in and set up a new 2FA. This should be used as your last resort or only when there is an emergency. Speaking from experience, write them down on a piece of paper or take a printout of them. Yes, writing codes on a piece of paper is still a big deal in 2026. This works like a hardware key. It's offline, it cannot be hacked remotely, and it's physical. Also, don't share this with anyone. That's 5 tips plus a bonus to help you with your cybersecurity practices in 2026. If you like this video, consider dropping a like to the video and subscribe for more such content. I'm Rohit and I'll see you in a new video.